I think you would agree with me that everyone is kind of over celebrity influencer beauty launches. But let me tell you something, I wanted to try these brushes for a very long time. I just completely forgot about it. When Tati Westbrook, and I call her Tati because Tati means something else in the UK, released these brushes, all I could think about was her first ever makeup launch. The palette, the blender for which, if you are able to, and anyone from her team or her Caesars, please bring back to some degree, because that was one of the best makeup application methods I have ever used. Anyway, loved it. Loved that whole brand. I thought it was absolutely incredible. So when I saw these brushes, I was like, oh my gosh, I would really love to try them. And then I just kind of completely forgot. And then I saw them again. I was like, yes, get them right now. So I have ordered every single set off Details by Tati. We have the Essentials brush set, we have the Expansion set, and we also have the Speciality set. I have not watched the launch video for the brand because I didn't want to be swayed into what brushes I should be using for this and for this. I like to look at a brush as a makeup artist and use it for whatever I feel like using it for. And that's a general rule with brushes. They may say they are for something, but blusher brushes make the best foundation brushes. Eyeshadow blending brushes make the best concealer brushes. It's all about the way you use them and how you blend with them in your hands by yourself. You know what I mean? Also, excuse my nails. Oh, they don't look so bad. Up close, they're all chipped and disgusting. So I do apologize. So this is my box I ordered. I ordered all of these myself to the UK. It does ship to the UK. And it says, the story continues right at the top. You have Tati here with all the brushes in. There's some information here about how to clean the brushes. Treat your brushes with love and they'll love you back for years to come. That's very true. We'll talk about that later on. You have some really cute pictures in here. These are really nice, actually. They're very like, ooh, backstagey. Okay, let's talk about the packaging. We'll go into price and everything like that as well. This is the Speciality set, the Expansion, and the Essentials. Okay, let's start with the Essentials here. I love this pouch. I really like the pouch. I think it's a really nice way to send things out. This is how I like to receive PR as well. I hate a big box. Not that I'm ungrateful for things. Sometimes I do like a big box. It depends on the box, you know what I mean? But I just love that it's tear and there's not a load of like plasticky bits. Oh, but on the other side, I was like, wait a minute, there's meant to be more. These are the brushes right here. So there's 7 brushes in the Essentials. They all have first edition stamped on them, which is really cute. And on the website, it says the Essentials set is designed to make every step of your makeup routine intuitive and beautiful with sustainability crafted handles and cruelty-free fibers. This set delivers precision, performance, and effortless fertility. So we have a mix here of face and eye brushes. I'm not going to go through every single brush one by one and talk about them because that's going to take forever. So I will link to the original announcement video from Tati's channel and you can have a look there yourself. So in an Essentials set, I'm expecting a brush for everything. A set that you can do your whole face with, creams, powders, liquids, other textures, you know? So we do have a brow brush, which is nice. It's a double-sided brush with an angle and a brush spoolie. This is more of a flat brush. This is great for things like concealer. I use this kind of brush for the lips, cream products on the eyelid. You have these 2 powder brushes. I personally never use powder brushes like this, but I know people do. I actually quite like that it's flat like this, and it's not big and round. I could maybe use that. These are my favorite kind of brushes. This is the ES3, and it's almost like a smaller version of that bigger brush, but this kind of brush for powders, creams, whatever. Beautiful. And then we have 2 more, I would call them like eye brushes. One that's more of a tapered blending brush and one that's more of like a small details brush. This looks very interesting. The ES2. So we have like this flat, almost like spatula-like brush here and then a big flat brush. This is going to be incredible for like a team up for your foundation. I'm looking forward to trying that one. I said I'm not going to go through all of them, but I had to just because it's like an Essentials. Then we have the Expansion. Okay, so we have another blending brush, which is good. One thing I'm not going to do through Chinese brushes is do them by set. I'll read out the number that I'm using and go from there. Oh yes, a very small, detailed angle. That looks great. You have some really great like detailing brushes in this Expansion. So these aren't necessary brushes because it's an Expansion, but I have to say, looking at them, these are some brush shapes that I need to use when I'm doing my makeup. This, for example, love this kind of shape. Love this, like, almost fingertip, like, that'd be great for concealer or like wherever you're putting cream. These are a great shape. Okay, love them. Then we have a speciality. Okay, this was kind of a bit jammed up in the packaging. I think it's meant to be more like this. So I'm just gonna give that like a clean with some brush cleaner to get it back to its original shape. This is nice. Ooh, this is very nice. A few things we can use that for. Smaller detail brush there. This is unusual. It's like a kind of flat angle brush. Usually when you see an angle brush like this, it's a little bit denser, a little bit thicker. That's interesting. This is quite... Oh, no, I was going to say I don't really have use for that, but no, that could be quite nice. Remember, you can use brushes on body as well if you do your legs, shoulders, whatever. These are cute. I like these. I don't really have use for a brush like this so much. This is more like contoury. I say that. I could get some use of this. Looks cool. What's this? ESP5. Speciality 5. Okay, I have a feeling that's not its shape. I might have to deep clean that one. Oh, so close to the camera. Oh, just to get its shape back, because I doubt it's meant to have these bits here. No, I really want to use it. I was going to put it aside, but I really want to use it today. I'm going to wash this. Okay, even when rinsing it, I think it's been in the packaging a little bit too long like that, and it's kind of maybe just ruined the edges there. Maybe I can comb them through. Maybe it is meant to be like that. No, I don't think it would be. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna let that dry on the side. I don't think I'll be able to use it because it is completely wet. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm gonna do a full face. I'm just gonna pick at the brushes I think will be best for what I'm doing. I'm using a lot of products from a brand Red Chamber today, which is a Chinese beauty brand. They sent me some of their stuff and I'm a huge fan of them anyway. I've bought loads and loads of their things. In the past, I get it all from Yes Style. I adore them. So when they were like, can we send you some stuff? I was like, absolutely, please do. Please do. So I'm using a mix of products there. Just looking at the prices of this brand as well, each set is about 96 pounds, 70, but that's crossed out and I think they're on offer for 77 at the moment when I'm recording this. Now listen, I always say this about brushes. I think we have been spoiled with how affordable makeup brushes have become, which is great, absolutely. When I started out as a makeup artist, one of my brushes, good quality brushes, cost about 40 to 30 pounds for a powder brush similar to this. Right? It was always real hair. It was always handmade, all this kind of stuff. It was so expensive. But I knew the value in spending. I still have them. I still have my original makeup brushes from then. I don't use them anymore. They're like keepsakes for me now. But I knew then, and I still know now, the value of having good quality brushes. I always say I could blend mud if I have some good quality brushes, right? Blend that dirt out right into a smoky eye if I have the right brushes. So I'm not angry at a good set of brushes, 6 to 7 brushes for $100. I think is a good amount to me. Is it good or realistic for a lot of people? Probably not, but to me, that's a fair price for good quality brushes. Now, I'm not saying these are good quality brushes. We haven't tried them yet, but they are described as luxury brushes. So if they are luxury, good, high quality, then I'm not mad at the price at all. Really, you could just buy the essentials looking at these brushes and have quite a good starting point. So the brushes themselves, I mentioned real hair brushes being really expensive. Back in that day, synthetic brush hairs were not it. They were not good. It's only until recently that synthetic brush hairs have become really good and nice to use. So these are made from 100% vegan and cruelty-free PBT fibers designed for exceptional performance. Unlike animal hair, these soft yet durable fibers resist shedding, stay cleaner longer, and deliver pro-level results. Nice. Custom, they're weighted? The brushes are weighted? Okay, that's another thing you don't get in a lot of brushes nowadays, right? Makeup, a lot of you who don't know, makeup brushes sometimes have weight to them, right? So you can hold a brush like this and feel the weightiness to them. It seems like a very small detail, but again, it's one of those things people forget that makeup artistry and art, there is an art side to it. And makeup brushes that are weighted give you a really nice balance when you're holding it. You see, we kind of hold it like this. It gives you a really nice balance with the brush. So that's incredibly impressive. I love a weighted brush. I know that sounds really crazy. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to do my eyes first. So I'm being a little bit risky because Red Chamber sent these new eyeshadows and they are absolutely beautiful. When I saw them, I was like, ah, I need them. However, this little compartment here has an eyeshadow primer in it. Now, you know how fussy I am with my eyeshadow primers. I think they're necessary and I love them. Okay, it has a bit of color, that's good. And it feels waxy, which we like. So, first brush we're gonna use, I'm gonna go in with the SP5 from this, I forgot the names already of the brush sets now. Jeez, let me get them up. From the Speciality set, I'm gonna go right into that eyeshadow primer here. Let's just start building that up on the lid. This is very nice. Oh, fuck. No, did I just, no, I didn't. Oh my God, I just almost died then because I thought I cracked the eyeshadow. I'm a mess today, I'm a mess. This is my first time back filming. I've had like 2 weeks off because I've been getting married. Okay, so I'm just pressing the primer into the lid. The brush feels actually very firm. There's like definitely a density to this one, which is kind of what I want for those creamy eyeshadow primers, those products that I really want to kind of push into the skin, but also have on that surface level. I think this would be great for concealer as well, you know, if you like more of a full coverage from your concealer. The brush around the eye area on the lid does feel a little bit spiky. I'm sure if I gave it a little clean, it will soften up. It actually feels like a real hair brush. I remember having some of my brushes that were kind of spiky, and I would say to clients, I'll be like, this brush might feel a little bit spiky on the skin, but trust me, it's such a good brush. I was like, I have to use it. But I can imagine that getting a little bit softer. This is a really nice brush. Actually, I might even put this aside and give this a go with, oh no, there's another one I want to use for concealer. What an interesting primer as well. It's not matte. It almost has a bit of a shine to it still. Yeah, nice. I really like this brush. I'm just gonna do a little bit of primer down the edge of the nose here too, just to spread it out. And of course that wasn't focused on me, fine. So I want to go in with this brown in the middle here. You know how I feel about these disposables. I won't be touching that. But they also sent me some really beautiful, like shimmery, not glittery, eyeshadow. So I want to put that on the lid. So let's go in with one of the blending brushes. I want to try this more tapered one. This is the ES4. And let's dip it right into that brown here. Yeah, the primer, like, it hasn't dried down matte. It almost has like this glowy gloss to it. So I'm interested to see how things sit on top of that. This is so soft, this brush, holy crap. That's lovely. Lovely. That's so soft and beautiful. I'm gonna have to blend that immediately because I've done it all wrong. Excuse the rustiness today. The EX5? 5? Yes. I was going to use that to then blend out. You don't have to use all of these the way I'm using them. I'm just trying to use as many brushes as possible. But I'm just going to use this to soften up that eyeshadow and blend it out slightly. So it actually has like a bit of a shape. This is such an interesting primer. I've never experienced this kind of formula from a primer where it almost has like a glossy shine to it. But it doesn't feel like a gloss. It doesn't feel like that kind of sticky gloss, you know what I mean? It's actually quite nice just by itself on the lid if it goes with your skin tone. It's a little bit too light for me just to wear individual, but yeah. Then I want to take this eyeshadow. This is the shade, oh, it's a multi-purpose cream powder. CP301 is the shade. I kind of want to go on with a finger with this one, but I will just try one of the brushes. We'll do the ES6, which is a little bit more of a small detail brush, just because I want something quite firm to push onto the lid, and this looks like the firmest one. But I do think we would benefit from using a finger for this. I'll probably more than likely use this kind of brush under the eye to do a few more details. Yeah, fine. Okay, let's go on with finger. It's so soft. This is such a nice creamy texture. We're going for nice and muted today. I'm not feeling crazy colour today. Although there's a bit of purple in another palette. This purple's calling my name a little bit. So I want to get the, what's this one? EX6. This small, tiny little brush, which looks great for more defined areas, like right in there. So let's do that. Let's add that definition, yeah, into that inside corner. Beautiful. Oh, I like this brush. See, I like having brushes that are well thought out like this because there's a brush for everything so far. You know, I wanted something with a little bit more detail. We had it. Oh, that's such a nice purple too. Oh, yes. Yes. I kind of want to build that up. This is a great way to introduce a little bit of color to your eyeshadow. If you don't really like color, we're still very muted, still very natural, neutral. But we have a tiny bit of color. We'll cut that off there. Honestly, my scarring on this eye, the chickenpox area, has just gotten worse as I get older. I really need to kind of look into something to do there. Well, I don't really, it's natural to have scars and whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the SP7 and I'm gonna go, you see which eye? You see in there, this kind of detail on this eye. I want to soften this up. It's a little bit too harsh for me, so I'm gonna use this brush because it has tiny tip, but still has this kind of like blending capabilities. So I just want to tidy it up. It's better. I love that purple though. That purple. Imagine just adding that to any neutral you have. Like it's like this light, almost lavender-esque purple. I think that's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a concealer from Judy Doll, which is another Chinese brand. And we're gonna cut off our eyeshadow on those corners. That's why you never need to worry so much. Imagine if your eyeshadow is a little bit messy on the side. I'm very interested in this brush. The EX4 has that really nice dome brush. I do have a few like this. And I think I have one from Rare Beauty that are like this. So this one is from Singe. This one's quite firm. And this firm too. The hairs on the details one are just a little bit longer, which is nice. I'm just gonna tap that concealer in. I really like a brush like this, one that almost mimics a fingertip, because you can kind of decide how intense. Oh, that looks terrible. Sorry, I told you I was rusty. How intense you want coverage and things like that. Because you can do what I did just here, blend and push that into the skin, but still keep some of that intense coverage, or you can keep going, and have it like fully blended out. You can give it like little swipes like this, you see, and it's gonna make it a little bit softer, but still blending. See the difference? It's very subtle. I love that purple. I love that little pop of purple on that inside corner and how precise we could get with it too. It's really cool. This brush is, I actually really love this brush. I think this is a new favorite. This one, and I mean, they've all been beautiful, but they feel different. This one and this one. The EX6 and the EX4. I just love the amount of precision you can get with these. That's really nice. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's try and do a little bit more coverage under the eye. Let's try and, I keep facing that way. Let's give ourselves a little bit more coverage under the eye. I just want to see how much more we can blend with this. How we can push that under the eye, but still get that coverage. Yeah. Cutesy. All right. I'm happy with this so far. Oh no, let's do under the eyes and then we'll do foundation. I am going to go in there's a blue here. Should I use a bit of blue underneath? Let's do that. I know, I was like, I want to do neutral, but I mean, these aren't like overwhelmingly like, you know, outrageous. I'm going to take the brown from this palette. And where's that little brush I said? Yes, so the ES6, I'm going to take the smallest amount of brown from this outside corner. I have to lean to a side, sorry, so it doesn't get everywhere. Very nice. This is so good because it's dense when you want to use it this way, but it's super light and fluffy when you want to use it on its tip like that. We love a multi-purpose, multi-use brush. And I'm going to go back in with the SP7. SP7, right? Yeah. And then just gently fade and blend that colour. And then back in with that tiny little brush. EX6. God, it's numbers and a dyslexic mind just don't go very well. And I'm actually going to take this in. You see that little bit there? Kind of cute. The color's nice. I love these creamy powder textures. Going on like cream, looking like powder. These are stunning. Okay, all right. Well, so far so good. Let's move on to Complexion. I have my Lumi tint from MUA Academy. I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it. I have a few different shades. I have some darker ones. So I'm hoping now coming into summer, I don't need to go out and buy a whole new one. I can just use the darker ones that they sent me. So this is the ES2 we're going to use now. I'm very intrigued by this brush. I'm going to use the flat edge first and pretty much cover just one side of it. And I'm just going to start like spatula-like movements. Stunning. Oh my god. Beautiful. What a beautiful brush. And let's just tap in. Wow. Oh my gosh, so natural. It just gives it this beautiful natural coverage. Look at that. It is like using a like, I mean, I have this brush kind of separately, like this, like that spatula, but what I actually really like about this one is that kind of more rounded shape to the tip rather than that flat straight across. But this, I mean, look at my nose here. Look at that kind of like instant, very, very natural coverage. This is going to be absolutely stunning for those times where you really do just want a really natural touch. This is so beautiful. This is such a beautiful brush. I mean, I love this foundation anyway, so I think it really helps that the foundation I'm using is a tinted product. It's like literally one of the best foundations I've ever used. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But this brush, I mean, even just applying like this, look how it's almost like straight, I don't know if you can see it on camera, like straight away blended. Like I actually don't need to do much work and I'm really getting that precision. I actually think having this kind of end to a brush as well is very, very clever. I mean, this is a kind of brush I would go around the face with, even after using like a beauty blender, for example, because I just think it's so important to blend that foundation in properly. I mean, this is so specific for me, but even around this beard area, the precision is perfect. This brush is gonna have to come everywhere with me. If they ever start to do individuals, I'm buying more of these because I need one. I'll need one for my travel case. I'll need one for here. I'll need one for my kit. This is so stunning. I just feel like as soon as it goes on, it's just blended. Oh. Oh, I just drew over my brow. So much for precision from me there. Good excuse to use a brow comb. I absolutely adore that. I kind of want to try this with a full coverage foundation just to see. Oh my god, my skin looks fucking incredible, if I do say so myself. Oh, I feel like, because this is, I mean, it's Lumi tint is in the name, it's just so luminous. But I feel like, because we were pretty much able to spatula it onto the face, and then just gently tap, I feel like we haven't interrupted the formula as much as you do with blending sometimes. I am going to go in with a different brush now. I'm actually going to go with the SP1 because I want to just kind of load the brush up on its tip there and just go over my cheek areas where I actually do need a little bit more coverage. Very soft. This looks like it's going to be quite dense feeling, but it's actually very, very soft. So if I just stipple that on to those areas where I could actually benefit with a bit of color correction, really. My nose and my cheeks. Love it. Love that brush. I think it's so beautiful, that double-sided one. I'm not usually a fan of double-sided brushes, I'll be honest with you, because for me it's storage. Like, I keep my brushes like this. But I feel like these two need to come together because the team, the duo off that spatula-esque side and then the firmer side is perfection. Okay, so I have some really beautiful creams from Red Chamber and some like more creamy powders. So Red Chamber sent me 6 shades. I just want to let you know how much of a fan I am of them anyway. This is my collection pre them, and this isn't all of them. I have some palettes as well that are like cream palettes over in my storage. So we have, what's new? What's new? I have an itchy face. So there's a really nice muted shade I really want to try. They have these like powdery formulas again. Oh, this is it. Look at that. It's like grey. This is a multi-purpose silky cream in SC301. I can't read Chinese, the name is on the back. Maybe I should learn for this purpose. And I'm gonna take the ES3 brush. So this is quite a nice, flatter, oh no, let me use one of their creams first and then we'll add a bit of powder on top. Not that you have to, I just want to use like every formula with every brush here. So let's go for one of their multi-purpose creams. I don't know the name of this one, so I have to put it on the screen for you because it's in Chinese again. So same brush, and I'm just gonna dip that into the cream here. Just start to tap that on. These creams do pretty much go on better with a finger. But we're not testing fingers today, we're testing the brushes. Yeah, I love how that works with the cream. I'll do a little bit of the cream and then we'll build up the powder a lot more. A little bit higher too. But I just love this like muted shade here. I really need to sort my eyebrows out. I had to cancel my brow appointment. I was so pissed off. Cutesy. Okay, let's take the powder and I'm gonna go, where's that weirder brush? Okay, this one. The SP2. Do you see what I mean? By the angle of this is quite different too. I'm trying to find a brush now. Like an angled, I guess I don't have a lot of them around. Like a normal angled blush brush. So that's quite dense, whereas this is quite thin. So I'm kind of interested to see why. Okay, let's go to the powder. Well, it's a cream powder to be fair. It's a strange brush. I can't describe the feeling. It's kind of like, works like an angle brush, feels like a flatter brush. I don't quite know how to describe one. I like it. I like the brush, you know? I do have a highlight too. This is from a brand called Judy Doll, and this is a shade 4 in their sheer highlighter. I'm going to take, what should I take? I would use this one. I'm just so convinced that's not the shape it's meant to be. So I'm actually gonna take something really small. This is the, oh no, let's do powder first. Let's do powder first. Where is my powder? We're using the EX3 for powder. This is a Kosas Cloud Set. This is a shade Breezy. I'm also gonna take it down. I love a brush like this, these flat ones, because you can really push against the area. And this way you can build up a powdery coverage or get powder onto the face and pushed into the skin without it looking cakey and, you know, too over powdered. Because you have the density of the brush is quite light, but the firmness of the application, look, is really, really great at getting product onto the face. So this is a really beautiful brush for that. This is gonna be a little bit too small, really. My only option, SP6. I think I've nearly used all the brushes. This is actually quite a creamy highlight. That's beautiful. Okay, let's do the nose. I never do that. Why did I do that? I never put, I'm not sure why I did that. Okay. I mean, that looks quite nice anyway, that's whatever. I mean, this is quite a good brush to do like these mini, more concentrated highlight areas. I think it actually works quite well. Cute, cutesy. I do want to do lips as well. So I'm gonna put down my primer, EX5. I'm going to take the EX5 and I'm just gonna wipe that off on a tissue and blend the primer into the lip. Again, this is a kind of brush I would use for concealer. Even actually highlighter, but I think I use it for eyeshadow, so I didn't really want to risk getting eyeshadow on the highlight area. The Red Chamber creams are multi-purpose, so I'm gonna find a nice lip one. Okay, we're taking the ES5 and a cream C305 from Red Chamber. A lot of numbers in this. I'll leave everything linked below so it's clear. Let's just apply this cream. Nice and smooth. See, I love using brushes like this for the lip because it has that dome to it. So when it comes to like the Cupid's bow and doing a little bit more detail, you can really just use that rounded tip for those rounder edges. Success, in my opinion. I'm just gonna do some lashes, finish up the lip. I wanna add a little bit more detail and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are all done with this look. What a successful trial. These are great, great brushes. I've chosen a few standouts for me here. That's not even the brand. I've chosen a few standouts. We do have at least one from each different set, but these are the ones that stood out to me. First of all has to be the ES2. This is my new favorite brush ever. You know when you try something and you're just like, oh my gosh, This is amazing. I need to use it all the time now. This is that. I love this. I love the way it just gently blends on your foundation. Oh my gosh, imagine this with cream blush or a fuller coverage foundation. I think would be absolutely stunning. I'm very, very happy this exists. I did look at the top here and I saw this almost like hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexagon. Sexagon. Whatever shape, and I was like, why is it that shape? But I do get it. I get the density. I love this. This is incredible. I cannot wait to use this again. I loved the ES4 as well. This kind of tapered, domed, super, super soft quality. I just think this is absolutely stunning. This will be beautiful for concealer, eyeshadow, of course, adding in those extra little details like you can see right here. Fixing up slightly. Even if you just like a wash of color of eyeshadow on your lid, you want to, you know, blend out some harsher lines. This is a beautiful brush. I really, really like this. The SP5 is again one of those brushes I can see being really useful for multiple purposes. We use it for eyeshadow primer, but this with a liquid eyeshadow, a really rich, creamy eyeshadow, a powdery eyeshadow, concealer. Incredible, perfect. I think this would be really, really nice. Patting in any of those prep products, maybe use a lip primer like I do, an eye primer. I think this would be really, really stunning. I really, really like that. The EX4, just pretty self-explanatory, really, really beautiful brush. Like multiple results from the same product. You can drag and it gives you that really soft blend, or you can tap and it gives you that really intense push, and it gives you that really pushed into the skin but on surface level brightness to a product, whether that be a concealer, whatever. And then the EX6. This is just such a handy little number. I really, really like this. I would say these brushes are very much worth it. These are beautiful, beautiful brushes. If you could save up, get yourself, you know, one set a year, one set every 6 months, I think you would have a really nice full set of brushes and you wouldn't have to buy any more ever again. I think these are really, really stunning. Yeah, congratulations to Tati Westbrook. I think these are absolutely incredible. It's nice to see her doing something again in terms of releasing products in the makeup realm. So these are absolutely stunning. We need a blender for. That was such a beautiful product. I understand things went down, but if we could get it back, something similar to it, great. Not that these aren't enough, and maybe she's moved on from that venture now, I get that. So these are absolutely beautiful, beautiful brushes, and I would 100% recommend them. Yeah, I will say as well, there are a lot of crappy brushes out there. There are a lot of brands that just release brushes to say they have brushes, and there's some drop shipped crap from Amazon. Whereas these have time put into them, they feel nice, weighted, the handle itself, the hairs themselves are beautiful. That other one was a little bit spiky, but that doesn't bother me if it doesn't bother you. Really, really, really nice results. I'll leave them linked down. I'll just leave a whole website link down below. I'll list down below all the products we use today as well from Red Chamber. Red Chamber is available in YesStyle, and I do have a discount code for them. So I'll leave that down below for you as well. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you very, very soon. Bye.